A maintenance worker reaches into a conveyor to clear a jammed part. Nobody locked out the power. In a split second, the machine restarts. That exact scenario kills workers every single year, and it is entirely preventable. OSHA estimates that proper lockout tagout compliance prevents 120 fatalities and 50,000 injuries annually. Despite those numbers, lockout tagout was the 5th most cited OSHA violation last year. Stick around, because later we'll cover the exact step that gets skipped the most and kills the most people. What exactly is lockout tagout? Lockout is the physical placement of a lock on an energy-isolating device, like a breaker or a valve, so it physically cannot be turned on. Tagout is the standardized warning tag that identifies who applied the lock, when, and why. It's a communication tool, but not a physical barrier. The biggest misconception? Most people think lockout tagout is only about electrical panels. They couldn't be more wrong. If a piece of equipment can move, shock, burn, crush, or release pressure during maintenance, it needs to be locked out. There are 7 main categories of hazardous energy. Beyond electrical, you have mechanical energy from rotating parts, flywheels, or springs. There's hydraulic energy in pressurized fluid lines, pneumatic energy in compressed air systems, chemical energy in reactive piping, thermal energy from steam or hot water, and gravitational energy from suspended loads or elevated machine parts. A hydraulic press that is depressurized but not locked can still drift closed under gravity. Every energy source must be isolated. Failing to isolate that energy isn't just dangerous, it's incredibly expensive. Under OSHA Standard 29 CFR 1910.147, the control of hazardous energy, penalties have increased. In 2025, a serious violation can cost up to $16,550 per violation. A willful or repeat violation? That skyrockets to over $165,000. In Canada, penalties are just as severe. In Alberta, for example, convictions can result in fines of $500,000 and 6 months in prison. A generic, whether you are in Texas or Alberta, compliance comes down to a core sequence of 6 steps. Step 1. Preparation. Before touching the equipment, the authorized employee identifies the machine, all energy sources connected to it, and the specific energy isolating devices that must be locked out. You must review the machine-specific procedure, not just a generic template. Step 2. Notification. Every affected employee must be told that a lockout is about to happen. This means a face-to-face conversation at the machine, explaining what is being locked out and for how long. Step 3. Shutdown. Follow the established shutdown procedures to bring all moving parts to a complete stop. Step 4. Isolation. This is where you disconnect electrical switches, close and lock valves, and set circuit breakers to the off position. For complex piping, this might include blanking or double block and bleed procedures. Step 5. Application. Each authorized employee applies their own personal lock to every energy isolating device. One worker, one lock. If multiple people are working on the same machine, this requires group lockout procedures. In a group lockout, every single worker places their lock on a multi-lock hasp. The machine cannot be restarted until the last worker finishes and removes their personal lock. Step 6. Verification. This is the step that gets skipped the most, and it's the one that kills people. After the locks are on, you must physically verify that the equipment is de-energized. Try the start controls. Check the pressure gauges. Test the circuits. To make this work, everyone on site must understand their role. Regulations define 3 categories of workers. First, authorized employees. These are the workers trained to perform the lockout. They apply the locks and verify isolation. Second, affected employees. These are the operators who use the locked-out machines. They need to know a lockout is in effect and that they absolutely cannot attempt to start the equipment. Third, other employees. Anyone working in the general area needs to understand the purpose of LOTO and the strict prohibition against removing tags or touching locked-out equipment. Ready to streamline your safety program and ensure your LOTO procedures are audit-ready? Stop tracking procedures on scattered paper templates. Safety Evolution's Form Designer has pre-built lockout tagout checklists and machine-specific procedure templates ready to deploy to the field. You can even assign mandatory LOTO training courses directly through our built-in learning management system. Get your team compliant and your paperwork sorted. Start your 30-day free trial today at safetyevolution.com.